Hey, what's up? It's Rashad Antonio. We are the MCU Collective, back at it again with Agatha All Along, episode number 5. Which song lyric was this episode titled?
Darkest hour, tiny power.
All spoilers. Let's just get right to the biggest spoiler. And which, okay, like the funny thing was, I was very surprised. Not that it was the thing, but they actually revealed it because you
Yeah.
already know how I feel about like the obvious thing, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
stop playing games. Don't
Mm-hmm.
make the reveal the big thing because when we see the reveal and it's like, we knew that. It's such a letdown. But them telling us that our boy, the teen,
Mm-hmm.
is really Billy Kaplan, aka Wiccan.
Wiccan. Mm-hmm.
Very happy about that. Just off top, just
Mm-hmm.
very happy that they went ahead and did that from the jump because now we know there is something bigger to be told. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? There's something way bigger to be told because if that's the quote unquote big reveal, y'all can't have no big reveal in episode 5. So it got to be some other stuff coming down the quote unquote pipeline when it comes to this show.
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah. So, like you said, we're the type of people that we hate when you play in our faces and you try and we like we really hate when you play in our faces and you and something seems obvious that it's going to be because they were trying to it seemed like it was making and they did a good job. They basically crossed us up because they tried to make it seem like obviously it was going to be Agatha's son, Nicholas
Uh-huh.
Scratch, and looks like come to find out from what we found out in this episode, Nicholas is dead. Nicholas is dead from what because I think some people are really hoping, oh, Agatha's gonna be reunited with Nicholas Scratch. No, they made it pretty clear that in this episode that that nigga dead. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, to fact and the fact that we get, like you said, that and how they did it was cool. I'm waiting for the part where Agatha realizes who, what I'm saying, who he is. At some point they gotta let us know because she never really
I mean,
we
but she kind of hinted towards it. She was like, "Oh, you just like your mama," and
mm-hmm,
then he hit her with the, what I'm saying, with
mm-hmm,
like the low key chaos magic, even in the hand twinkly things that
mm-hmm,
she does, and
mm-hmm.
then like morph the crown. So I feel
Yeah.
like Agatha knew again all along.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, one thing I am pissed off about, where's the song at? That's all I'm saying.
You ain't get if you get it, it's gonna be at the very end.
That's what I think. They're gonna probably
You
save
gonna
it
have,
to
yeah,
the
you
end.
gonna have to wait for that hoe.
I,
You know what I'm saying? You
I'm
ain't
ready
getting
for.
that.
I'm ready for my bop. It was
Nah,
Agatha all along.
nah. Yo, okay, so here's my theory about how we're gonna get that song.
Uh-huh.
Everybody gonna die except for her and the team, and then we're gonna get the song because it was just Agatha all along. I don't think like
Right.
especially the way this episode goes and Alice Wu was Alice, right?
Yeah,
Name
yeah,
Alice.
Alice.
She just died. Like yo, I just want to
Yo,
say, I'm known everywhere, but I don't care because like if y'all want to recap, watch the episode. Like
yeah.
Agatha is a terrible person, and I think we need to. I said that last episode too. We need to recognize that she
Yes,
sucks.
yes. She is a trash witch human being or whatever you want to refer to her as. She is horrible. And it's like you people for some reason were trying to think, oh, because of the hex and everything, she's kind of redeemed herself. No, she has. What is it they say, Rashad? When somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Is that a Maya Angelou?
I guess I don't know. Whenever they show you, when people
Sounds like she
show
was
you,
saying, yeah,
yeah, it
yo,
does.
man,
When people
believe it,
show you,
man.
when people show
When
you who
people
they
show
are,
you who they
believe them.
are.
But yeah, but like throughout this whole season, she has shown us who she is. Like, trying to get them to hit her with their powers in the early episodes. She's like, come on, hit me, you bitches, or whatever. They're like, man, you just trying to get our powers. Damn. And then she's like, and then, she's doing the witch's robe thing to be like, yeah, I just want to get my powers back. And all she did was gaslight the other women on their insecurities and things they want to do to get
you want to see why your mama killed herself, huh? You want to get that old thing back because you whack right now. Ain't that right? Look, you also want to reclaim your power too, because you bound. You bound too, right? Oh, team. Why are you here anyway? You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna bring you.
What's your purpose? Let's go. Yeah,
Yeah. And the fact, the fact that she knew the entire time, okay, this person, Agatha, at first I thought she was kind of chaotic neutral. You know what I'm saying? She's straight chaotic evil. Like, there's no
there's nothing redeeming.
Nah. And I really hope that they play it like that to the end. Where she is just trash through and through. My whole goal is to get back my powers, and that's it. And at every turn, she's proving that to them. Each episode, she does something ridiculous that that tells them, like, yo, we cannot trust her. And because they're so out of their wheelhouse, they kind of gotta go along with it.
Here's the funny part. If anybody after this episode says, oh, there's a redeeming quality to Agatha, you are a lost individual, for real. Alice Wu tried to save her life, blasted her with the powers, and she was like, bathing. Yes, finally. She was bathing and sucking this woman's power. And everybody was like, Agatha, stop. She can hear them perfectly fine. All it took was, what stopped her was probably her biggest regret was her kid. And to hear the kid, Mommy, stop. She was like, huh? What the hell?
I know that who I think it is.
Right. I know that little Nikki. That's, you know what I'm saying? Trash. That's the only thing that stopped. And then she even let you know even more trash. She's like, oh, I didn't know. And she was like, get away. And she's like, okay. And she just scuttles up the ladder to get out of what are we doing? Like, Agatha is a horrible human being. For real.
Because the fact that after that she just went outside and was just really thinking about the fact that she heard her son's voice. Did not give a damn about Alice.
No, then she just going, back in business a little bit here.
Got a little bit of it back, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like that, crazy. Hey, I got another question for you, because I don't feel like you're gonna wrap the review today.
Okay, let's rock with it.
What? Okay. Do you think that the reveal at the end of the episode overshadowed the rest of the episode?
Ooh. I'm gonna say yes and no.
All right. Wait, the
reason I say that, I hate the straddle fence too, but you know what? You know what? F it. I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, it kind of did. It did, because it's like the episode was starting to build up where you thought, even though we didn't realize Agatha was trash, and even if a small part of you might have been like, maybe there is something redeeming about Agatha, you saw where she was having this battle with her mother, this, you know what I'm saying, the ghost of her mother.
Yeah.
And her mother was like, yo, parents know their kids. You was evil from the start. I should have killed you when you came out of me. And Agatha's little girlfriend there Right, Agatha's little girlfriend, Riiiioooooo Devout. No, we're not going to leave her with her. She tried to kill her, or
It
what?
was
You
like,
know, saying
yo, this ain't got nothing to do with us.
right, right.
This Agatha trial.
Jennifer, Lily, and them was like, yeah, this ain't got nothing to do with her. Oh, we gotta punish her. Let's just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and get out of here, finish this road and leave her to her mom and stuff. Once again, how trash is Agatha to the fact of the trial they doing the Ouija board and like, oh, we're gonna talk to a spirit. This heifer acts like she's talking to Mrs. Hart. I said,
Yo.
are you kidding me? And then started, hi girls. And then I started, and I was like, oh snap. You know, I said, I wonder if something's gonna happen where Mrs. Hart tried to you bitches tried to get me. The next thing she said, she's faking. She's like, no, I'm not. And then she was like, she's scared. She's faking. And she was like, oh, damn, at least I thought I was doing a good job. I said, yo, this chick is out of control, yo.
You see who called her out too, right?
Huh?
You see who called her out.
Yeah.
Again, black women saving the day.
Black women saving the day. You know what I'm saying? That black women into the witch is serious. You know, she was like, she's faking. She's faking. You know, so
that was just, so funny.
But I think that would have been a good little see everything. But then at the end, when you see where we find out little Billy Maximoff is snapping off, and you like, we doing this already on episode what, 5? And it's what, 3 more? What was it? 3 more episodes left?
4 more.
4 more episodes left. So they did this at the halfway point, which means there is something afoot. There is something bigger coming along, and I can't wait to see what else. Question for you.
All right.
How did you feel about finding out that the Salem 7 witches that are after them are the children of the witches in the coven?
I mean, it was cool. It was cool. I mean, it's like whatever to me. I mean, it kind of makes sense because all of them were kind of left behind. I do kind of like how they just are like out here wilding, just like
they're feral.
Tony, why every time I see them pop up, they remind me of the Jabberwockies. It's like they always just about to start pop locking and dancing. And yeah, like, it look like they got masks on, but they don't. That's just the face. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, look at the damn Jabberwockies. The only thing I need is like, you know, some random breakdancing music would be good to go. But nah, man, like the Salem 7 is cool. I do like how they are
I like how they have a purpose, and it's a real purpose.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do like how we do have an established motivation for them. Because before that was like, yo, these bastards popping up trying to kill somebody, and now it's like, okay, it makes sense. Even because before, if you didn't know who they were, then because they didn't tell us who they were until like an episode or 2 later. But yeah, like I do, I liked them. I even like how they would like morphed out of into people from like animals and stuff, and like the whole time they were just popping up on them. Like one of them was an owl, and they snuck up on them, and she was like, hooty hoo, trying to get the rest of them, and they and they did the whole witch's broom thing, which was a very stereotypical witch thing to do, and they was like, man, we don't like this. So
I do. That's one thing I do like too. How they as witches are so pissed off and irritated about the whole witch, the tropes that witches have had there throughout, like, saying like, the broom thing. They were like, the broom thing. Good God, why do we have to do this nonsense? And it was like, it's just another thing to like, whatever. But then when they got up there in the air and they were flying, she was like, I haven't done this in centuries. This is amazing. I forgot how they were having so much fun with it. So I like how they try to bust the stereotypical witches myths. And you see that too in the end credits. If you stay long enough to watch the end credits, to see like they basically pull up almost every witch you've ever seen in
Yeah,
cinema
yeah.
history.
They even
And
had
even
that on
Lisa as a witch from
Lisa. I was like,
Simpsons.
yo, every time I see
Yeah.
I laugh. I say, yo, that's funny. Oh no, but
Uh-huh.
what else could like also like how the road itself just be like, nah, y'all can't get away.
Nah. Mm-hmm.
So and
Yeah.
even how it brought them back down to the road
Mm-hmm.
so they can enter into the house and change into their best 80s garb for the trial. And I appreciate that too. Like I like that whole like the of course, you know, we kids of the 80s, so anytime we see a little bit of nostalgia, we hooked.
Mm-hmm.
So the Casio washers,
Yeah.
a bunch of random stuff. You know, the Ouija board was a really hot thing during that time because you know y'all
Yeah.
wanted to be down with a cult so bad. But
Yeah.
what else? Yeah, that whole it was
Like,
like a log cabin, kind of awesome Jason type stuff. So yeah,
us black folk won't
nah,
look
we
like that,
was
no.
not, nah, we they wasn't. No
No, we won't.
siree, not in my
Mm-mm.
household. So yeah, but all the whole like the whole episode, the construct of it, like I really like it was a really good episode of TV, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why to me like the ending it's dominating the conversation right now
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
it is a big reveal because seeing how
Yeah.
just like you mentioned, they simultaneously told us that look, Nick Scratch is dead, and also
Mm-hmm.
this boy is the other person who y'all thought he was, being you know
Mm-hmm.
Billy, and like boom,
Mm-hmm.
now you got that whole thing just done and dealt with. So now you got to
Mm-hmm.
figure out or ask. Now we got to ask other questions like
Right.
one
How did
getting
Billy
into
manifest into this world?
yes.
How did
Yes.
Billy manifest into this world? Because in this universe, and if this is the WandaVision verse universe, this is Earth
It's a
616 or
616.
whatever.
Yeah.
The 616. This universe, Wanda isn't supposed to have kids.
Wanda's not even supposed to be alive.
Right. Wanda's not even supposed to be alive. Like I said, I still, I'm still going on in the first episode to think that dead body that they saw was Wanda from Mount Wunderbar, that saying that they was doing a murder case on or whatever. But yeah, Wanda's not even supposed to be here because she's supposedly dead now. But how did a real version of Billy manifest? So of course we're going to have to get a flashback or something to show that. On top of that, where's Speed at? Where's his twin brother? Where's the twin brother? Are they gonna save the twin brother for the trilogy show that's part of this WandaVision,
For
Agatha,
real.
and for the
Yeah.
Vision Quest one? Are they gonna save it for that type thing or whatever? So yeah, but I think probably the burning question is, how the hell did little Billy manifest into this universe or whatever? So yeah.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
are we gonna really discuss who Riiiiiooooo Vidal is? Because we already thinking she deaf anyway. I feel like we said that too. Did we say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they keep hitting towards it. And also the fact that there is this like this unspoken relationship between her and Agatha. And which leads me like to my next real question is why is okay. So looking back at the first episode, when the first and second episode, when Riiiiiooooo was trying to beat the crap out of her, knowing that she couldn't kill her. You know what I'm saying? Why did she do that? And then just to turn for her to defend her so ardently this episode.
Yes.
You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because we
Mm-hmm.
know there was some sort of mutual love between them. And like what are like that's what I want to explore next. I really want to see what happened with them, how they was moving, and what caused like the split in their relationship. Because that to me in my mind sounds like a very interesting episode. You
Mm-hmm.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if it's like episode 7 or 8, and then dovetails into the conclusion of this whole thing. But it really sounds interesting just to see how Riiiioooooo the doll could actually be Death masquerading as the OG Green Witch, and how the whole thing occurs.
Where the hell was she at the end? She won't out there. She won't outside, was she?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it seemed like she just disappeared because we saw that they were mourning Alice and Agatha was outside, Jennifer and Lillian was out there, and the boy was able to take control. And you never really see Riiiiiooooooo, but you see the boy, he took control of Lillian and Jennifer, where they tossed the hell out. They tossed Agatha. But also, why did the boy toss Lillian and Jennifer too at the same time off the road?
Oh no, I guess he was like, man, I'm done with all y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, and you're right, because I'm looking at it right now. Riiiiiooooo wasn't out there. You know where Riiiiiooooo was at? Riiiiiooooo was in the house collecting that body.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. She the Green Witch. She down with that decomposition. Oh yeah. Because because at the end, they were trying to take Agatha anyway, and for some reason, he was able to flick her off, put her in the in like the quicksand on the side of the road, and then he was like, you know what, man, y'all going there too. Which is, I'm gonna be weak with to see like where the road takes them to from the from the mud, because or whatever.
The thing was always don't stray off the
don't stray off the road. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna take them somewhere, because we gotta conclude this whole thing. It's not gonna kill all of them. You know, so I'm curious to see, like, just this episode answered some things and left a lot of good questions, and to be honest, that's what episodic TV should be doing, especially like this sort of serialized, because you got to keep the people's attention and them wanting more until the next episode arrives.
Because also think about it like this too. I mean, if they're going to finish the trials of the Witches Road, there's still it's 2 more witches that got to do a trial.
Yeah.
Riiiiiooooo and Lillian.
Yeah, and also Lillian wasn't there either.
Lily, yes, she was. That's Patty LuPone character.
Let me go back and look, because I don't even remember seeing her at the end.
Because Jennifer and Lillian, they both snatched up Agatha and tossed.
Oh yeah. You're right.
He took control of both of them.
I apologize.
And then he tossed both their asses into the mud too.
Yeah,
he got it from the mud. He had to get it from the mud.
Yeah, he got it from the mud. All right.
But yeah, for real.
No, you're right. And also just seeing how also them killing Alice kind of ups the stakes, because like your main character can die, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody's on. I mean, to be honest, we got to start. Got to start the Deathwatch. So
yeah.
Who you got down next episode?
Sheesh. I'm real. I hate to say it. I think it might be Jennifer. Hey,
yo, and the funny thing is, there's a precedent for that too. You know what that is, right?
What's that, man?
She already passed her trial.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She passed her trial. So, I mean, yeah, I think the next trial is going to be Lillian's trial. Something's going to happen. Jennifer's going to save, and I think Jennifer may be the next one to kick the bucket.
Tell me, another question. Do you think that they actually passed the last trial? Because they ain't following none of the instructions.
Yo, okay. One of the main instructions was don't antagonize. And they sit there and they like repeat it 3 times, looking dead at her, at Agatha. And what does Agatha do? it's me, Mrs. Sharon. It's Mrs.
Yo,
She
the
says, oh yeah,
first
my name.
first thing she did was antagonize, yo. I was like, yo.
Then you saw, don't remove your hands off. It's two people that remove their hands off the daggone thing. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, so that's a good question. Did they finish it? I don't know.
That was like Agatha trying to sabotage her own thing. Like it just seems really. It just like that whole thing seems. I mean, even though like it was over, it didn't feel like they passed it. And even the fact that um Billy summons them to the side of the road, I feel like this could just be a continuation of Agatha's trial. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and also the fact that somebody died in this joint. Like, I don't think like that's the whole thing. I feel like the whole coven should be kind of going at the end. Everybody should be at the end of the road together, and they're just nah. I don't know. It feels like they messed this one up.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we might get like
This also
just a redo of her next episode. We don't really know.
that would be funny if they did do a redo of this trial again.
Or just another trial, and they got to figure out who trial it is, and it's just like, oh, Agatha, it's you again. And also, can we bury our friend like our up like we did on the road, and then she be like, I already caught that body. Because think about it too, yo. Because like she came up from the ground where somewhere around the area that Miss Hart was at too. So that could have been her entryway into the thing in the first place. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like that body was like the thing that kind of maneuver her way there, even though we feel she's deaf, and deaf has a sort of omnipresence to it. So that could also be another reason why. I don't know. We just speculate, but yeah,
we just speculate right now, because like I said, but it goes back to what you said. The last 2 minutes of this show was overshadowed by the reveal, and the reveal basically opened. It shut really one door. It shut like really two doors. No, that's not Agatha's son. Yes, Agatha's real son was a person and is dead. And then we can also say that ain't Mephisto too, because there's people that are still holding on to the there's Mephisto thing.
Yes,
like,
that's ridiculous. No,
stop.
Calm
Stop.
Down. Calm
Relax.
Down.
So they're saying that, hey, yeah, this is Wanda's kid, but it opens up so many more questions of, like you said, did they finish the test? How did Wanda kid manifest in this world? Where's the brother at? It's this. I'm not.
Is the sigil broke now?
Right. It's the sigil broke. This show is ridiculous, and I don't mean that in a negative way.
No, it's really. This is and again, I'm not trying to be negative either, but this is like low budget fun at its best.
Yeah,
like this series didn't cost them hundreds of millions of dollars to make, and they're executing this format that they okay. So what this is we have something that we want to do. We're going to stick to that, and we're going to let the creatives actually do the thing that they're wanting to do without a whole lot of interference. Okay. I feel like there could have been some places, because that's just Marvel, but like, yeah, because even this episode right now is like the shortest episode out of all of them. And it was. And even the fact that we have this reveal at the end, and those couple of things that lead up to the reveal, those are like major things. So there probably could have easily been like 7 more minutes, or just some filling in some stuff for some other laughs or whatever. They was like, nah, we're gonna make this episode high and tight. You know what I'm saying? And keep it moving. But either way, like, it's still the story is still being executed on a high level. Like, I mean, I can't lie. I did not think that this show was gonna be this good. I'll be honest.
Right.
I was like, Agatha All Along, whatever, yo. But like, this is entertaining.
So I'm looking ahead. The director of the next episode, make sure I'm looking at that right. Yes, the next episode is directed by Gaja Montero. That person is doing 3 of the last 4 episodes. They're doing next episode, and then Jock Schaefer is coming back to do episode 7. Jack Schaefer's coming back to do episode 7, and then Gaja Montero comes back to do the final final 2 episodes. Two episodes. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And those 2 episodes, and of course the episode 8 and 9 are both coming out on Halloween Eve.
Yeah, I never heard of them before. That is she is director in a dozen countries, did a lot of commercial and branded stuff. Let me just pull up her IMDb. Give me a second. She's done. All right, here we go. She's done The Walking Dead. She's done The Witcher. A couple episodes of Wednesday. A couple episodes of The Shy. Yeah. So she's been working hard. Like, it's weird because she has like some like, I guess, some self-made stuff early on, and then boom, she out the gates from 2017 right on through this. So yeah, no, she's between Wednesday and The Witcher. Oh yeah, and Walking Dead, Dead City. Oh yeah. She's She essentially.
Like, and I'm looking at Jack Schaefer. You know, her filmology is Olaf's Frozen Adventure as a writer, uncredited writer for Captain Marvel, writer for The Hustle, and was the story writer for Black Widow. And then of course she was a writer for WandaVision. So she did 2 episodes for that. So and then, of course, now, you know, Agatha All Along. So man.
She's essentially the showrunner for Agatha All Along. But yeah, this is shaping up. So I'm guessing 6, 8, and 9 are going to be like kind of heavy action type episodes. Episode number 7 maybe, hopefully, our Agatha and Riiiioooooo episode. That would be dope.
Yeah,
I can't lie, but yeah. Oh man, that's all I really got, yo.
That's all I really got too. Like I said, I know this was not a traditional, you know, breakdown of the show, because it was just, like I said, like Rashad said, and I said too, the ending is what really, it, you know, if we didn't talk about it, we would have been burying the lead. So that would have been, and
then y'all would have been like, yo, why are we doing this like this? So it'd have been boring. But yeah, like, and sometimes you kind of gotta. I was thinking about this today, and just trying to make sure that we don't be stagnant and just kind of break out from what we used to doing, especially if the episode calls for it. And like this episode, like absolutely called for us kind of doing this in a retroactive way. But yeah, that's all we got for this one, y'all. We appreciate you guys. If you haven't seen it, The Penguin episode 3 is up. If y'all haven't watched The Penguin, like, what is y'all waiting for?
Yes.
Early runner for best one of the best of the year. I can't even lie. Like, they are on a run over there, y'all.
You know what's funny? Everyone I've told about the show have lied. I told my barber about it today, and he was like, "Oh, bet." He was like, "Oh, that dude, that's Colin Farrell." Oh, I gotta see. I had no idea. There's one guy at my job. I'm not going to say his name. He's just like, it's not doing nothing for him. I'm like, what? How is this not? He's just like, it's not doing nothing for him at all. He's just like, he said to him, this is the funny part though. He said it's campy. I said, what? I said, that is one thing that people say they love about the movie show that is not campy. He was like, it's not believable to me or whatever. And I was just like, I guess, my dude, you know, and to stop the conversation, because he was like, I'm not trying to convince you that, you know. I said, no, look, man, everything ain't for everybody. That's all I said just to end this conversation. I said
Bruh,
everything ain't
like,
for everybody, but yeah, I can't rock with you on this, my guy.
nah,
This show is good.
Agatha All Along is campy.
Campy.
Like,
Yeah, yes.
the Penguin is
Yeah.
just a crime drama with Batman characters.
Yeah.
Nah, ain't
It's
nothing,
yeah.
ain't no camp in it. Ain't no camp having people getting high and prostitutes and, and people getting
Yeah.
shot. There's no
No,
camp in it. Ain't nothing funny about that. You know what I'm saying?
no, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no cap about a whole neighborhood being flooded out like Katrina or something or whatever, you
Bruh,
know.
ain't nothing campy about somebody going threatening to bury you alive because you messed up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for real.
Whew. But yeah, definitely join us for that, man. We having a really good time reviewing that. Also next Thursday, potentially. Gundam Requiem for Vengeance is coming on Netflix. I gotta
Remind
be,
me.
yeah, no, I remind you, I gotta be for certain when the episodes drop. I'm guessing just gonna be like a regular 12 midnight drop. But we gonna look at the first episode and talk about if we want to talk about it or not. You know what I'm saying? But
Question:
yeah,
Are they saying like where this is in the Gundam timeline, or is this a
it's just
completely
it's a
separate
whole
thing?
new thing.
Okay,
A whole new
that's
thing.
nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And that's a lot of times, especially with Gundam, like you'll watch something and it's like they got like 7 or 8 timelines. So you ain't gotta be totally tagged in. Like there was one thing they did 2022 called Hathaway. This is a continuation from something that they did in like the 80s. So like they don't be caring. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yo,
at
that's
all,
why I be
yo.
getting. That's why I be like, yo, people like, oh, you gotta watch. I'm like, and I go to look for the description. I'm like, wait a minute, but this is 2020.
It was
But
like
this is. I
blah
said,
blah
I
blah.
quit.
This had something to do with the end of Shar's Revenge. It said Shar's Revenge.
Is so Gundam is so if I'm not mistaken, is Gundam like one of the longest running
I
like
think it's the
anime with
longest
different
running
time?
anime. I think it is because it's
Okay.
also one of the first animes.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'm pretty sure it's the longest running anime.
It has to be because that, and then I know Dragon Ball because we ain't
I'm
really get
just
Dragon
I'm
Ball
just
in the
saying like
states
because
until the
like
'90s. So yeah,
Gundam started like I think the late 70s.
yeah. And here's another thing, and so why are we talking about anime real quick? I know we doing Agatha All Along, but we just a little thing real quick. Rashad sent me something that they're about to do. They're working on a Voltron movie.
Oh yeah.
Henry Cavill is going to be. He's been casted in this. We don't know who he's going to be, and it's funny. A lot of people don't know, or not going to say no, but people realize that Voltron was an anime.
Yeah.
It's an anime. And I remember when that started, like I can't, what, 84ish, 84ish, 85ish, or something like that. So yeah. So yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I'm
Ultron,
definitely down for it,
Robotech,
bro.
yeah, all that stuff, yo. Yeah.
Robotech, aka Makra. I used to love Robotech, man, for real.
Yeah, I used to love the joint too.
Robotech.
I just love like the whole like space planes. I was like, oh, this is so dope. Ah, so dope. Anyway, that's all we got for this one.
Yeah.
We will see you all next Monday, 7 p.m. Penguin episode 4 review. All right. Check us out on the socials. Join us on threads. Having a good time over there. Just talking random stuff and people responding. Appreciate that. Till next time.